Radio check. Work is at the AO. Thank you for waiting, everybody. Glad you can join us today. I'm sorry it's pretty late. Well, a bit is an understatement. It's really late compared to my usual stream time. But, well, it's been a busy day and got a lot of stuff to handle earlier. Anyway, it's a good thing we're here right now, and as you can see from the title, we're going to be doing a couple of drawing stuff today. Not sure if I can actually go far since it's already late and all, and I don't think Yo could probably handle less running around for longer. But anyway, let's try to go as far as we can. Now let's go. Start with first one. If you might remember, I already have an archive channel set up on YouTube where all my Twitch videos, Twitch streams I've already completed are also uploaded as mirrors. If you, how shall we say, if you're still interested in seeing the archives, you can always check out my profile page. It should be linked there. Just in case, I should add it to my stream. Maybe I should add it to my stream right now so that you can see what it was. Where the heck do I put it? Option? Okay. Well, anyway, it's linked below my current stream. Should be listed as the YouTube archive link on my About tab. So if you got an inkling, if you want an inkling of what I'm about to do thumbnails for today, or you are interested in seeing some of my older stuff, you can always click on that link and check out the stuff there. You can also make comments about it, things I did, and probably give your suggestions about how I can better improve my streaming. I'd really appreciate that, to be honest. Anyway, let's get down to it. First, the first thing I'm gonna attempt would be a thumbnail add-on for my drawing stream, since those were my earliest streams. I need to finalize which pen I will use, since this isn't gonna be as involved as I think it would be. Well, the thumbnail add-ons I'm planning to do aren't exactly like how should you say it? Like exactly high effort stuff. I'm just like gonna add it for signature purposes or something, so that people can get an inkling of what I have on the video a bit more better than just grabbing screenshots from the streams itself. Question, how do I start this? Should I go with the traditional way of starting with Sketchly, or should I go straight in, since this is just a bit more for comedy's sake? Right, let's try it straight on without a base sketch first. Might be interesting, to say the least. It's too narrow. It's too narrow. Too shallow on that one. Go ahead, to get the hair right. The chin is a bit accurate to real life, at least. So now let's try see if the hair could work just as is. Yeah. Yep. Should be somewhere around here. See, this is one of my problems. Whenever I start drawing, I get this indecisiveness period or indecisiveness phase about how shall we say this? I already get the main idea down, but when it comes to actually implementing it, I get second thoughts and third thoughts right in the middle of things, which is why I take way longer to actually finish the stuff I plan to do. Too thick? Let's see. Now, this isn't helping, actually. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Might actually be able to help something out of that. First, we're going to do... It's a little too thick. I think it's kind of funny that I am still adding the base cross when my avatar is mostly eyeless, to be honest. But I guess it gives a better perspective of how it looks like from this angle. And that's too high, or too fat. Angle's off. Yeah, I guess that could be a good reference point, since it's not exactly going to be the final shape when we start doing the drawing itself. Anyway, where were we? And let's try to draw a bit of the body. Since we're gonna be doing mostly ST, that's going to be easier to finish quickly. Start with a potato like this. I did a couple of SG drawings a couple of months ago. How shall you say it? Probably some of the first SDs I did with actual gusto compared to just doodling. For a bit, I thought I was doing a pretty good job, but mostly I think some people find the style a bit lacking, particularly in the coloring department, which I understand since I'm not really that good at coloring, to be honest. The line art might have been a bit too thick. Okay, how do I go about this? Let's go with the sausages for arms. I think this isn't exactly how the orthodox method of doing the initial shape should be. Like, I believe there's a proper method of applying this, but this is what I found easier based on the stuff I learned from the experts that I follow or have contact with. And since it makes my drawing methods a bit faster, relatively speaking, of course, since I'm still really slow, I kind of use it as a habit. But honestly, though, I believe if you're going to be drawing, you should really follow your own way. Like, you can still pick up stuff from the experts and all, but maybe you can find methods that are much more fit to the style you try to follow. Now, hang on a second. We should probably put this a bit further down, so that there's still a bit of a neck to show. Yeah, that should help. here's the problem. I may have made a mistake here. That potato is now a bucket for some reason. Anyway, let's do the left sausage. Okay. Yeah, that's not the right angle. See, this is another problem I have. Like, I try to follow angles based on one perspective, but then I apply the opposite side based from another perspective, and then when I try to reconcile both sides, turns out I actually made a major miss. That's a bit of a problem that further slows down my production speed. Hang on a second, let me just review what I did before. Let me just check my Pixiv account. Yeah, my Pixiv account is also linked in my profile page, just below this current stream. Clickable on the About tab, so if you're interested in my older work and want somebody to laugh at, probably just click that link and check it out. Drop a comment or two. Ah, I see the problem. I made it a little too small. First of all, I forgot to add an actual neck, so I'm gonna have to clear these up. Actually, I should take out the potato because it's too small after all. Let's go with a neck first. Necker. That should be enough. My sketches are a little bit noisy, if you ask me. The sketch lines, I mean. Might be annoying to look at from the perspective of a veteran. I understand that, of course. There's one thing that I'd probably excuse this. Well, not exactly, since I don't think it applies to even to vets. I don't really have formal training for this. Like, I just started drawing as a kid out of stuff I saw from other people, and I just kept copying. But yeah, I think the unfortunate thing about that is that I didn't follow up with an actual study of how things should go, so instead of making things a bit easier for me right now with the drawings I make, I tend to overcomplicate things that shouldn't be complicated and simplify things that shouldn't be so simple. So my product is mostly mediocre and terrible to look at in the long run. Oh no, there's a misclick, sorry about that. Oh. It looks more like some potato with a top spliced off. Stuff, I mean. How do I... Probably make sausage here. other sausage over the first sausage. Then add a cream puff. Not exactly recognizable as a cream puff, but I guess that should be a good placeholder. And the other arm. I don't really need to draw the pen right now, maybe. Okay, I'd see some other reference points, just in case. I guess the thing is, my angles aren't right, but they're a good enough point of reference when I actually apply the main line art, so we'll go for this for now. Only have to move this guy a little further in so that I can make it easier to enlarge him later. So now let's put the pen after all. Maybe like this for now. This is just a reference after all. I'm probably gonna have to fix that later. My pen is broken. Perfect. That should be enough of a starting point, I suppose. Fix that later. And there. Very rough approximation of a drawing tablet. It might actually, it's not exactly interesting to most people, but I only use a mini drawing pad. Mostly because it's a budget-friendly alternative to the full-size or even the mid-size drawing pads. The benefits of this one is that it's travel handy, so you can carry it around more easily than the other drawing tablets. Major disadvantage, however, is that it's literally just a tablet. If you're the type that's already well versed with the screen type drawing tablets, where like some of those old bigger what's a good brand for tablets again? Let's see. Wacom, I think, has screen integrated drawing tablets, even for the smaller portable ones. They're usually outside of my price, my money buying power, so I just stuck to a smaller Huion. Not exactly fancy, and it's more like a super utilitarian tablet, but it serves my purposes just well enough. I guess. Of course, if you're going to be doing your own drawing stuff, you can decide for yourself what fits your needs more appropriately. For me, this is a case of this works for now, so yeah. Not so sure if I'm actually going to upgrade from a portable tablet, to be honest, since I don't really have the desk space for anything bigger. But if you're gonna be needing some expert uh, art platforms, you should consider comparing between compacts and full-size drawing tablets these days. I hear some of the midline drawing tablets are actually getting a bit more affordable, though I haven't checked on them myself since I'm still pretty much working with this tiny drawing tablet. It's currently meeting my needs right now, so. What else do I have in mind? Oh, it's almost dust time. Didn't notice that. Let's mix up my time though. Well, anyway, back to the drawing board, literally. This should do. No. Only add a few of the legs here so that. I got a point of reference about how high the drawing's gonna be. Or the other drawings, at least. I've been trying to make dull joints for my rough sketches lately. Learned it from one of the expert artists that I follow. Like, it's a bit easier to have an estimate of where the legs are going to connect to the middle torso if you use something like the lower end of a doll torso to put in as a rough sketch. Bit messy, but I think that works for my needs right now. First, we gotta finish the bits of the leg. Yeah, that's just bits of the upper leg. Come around. Too noisy on the lines. How's everybody's day been? Weekend's a bit rough, I guess. Busy. They had some interesting trips over the weekend. Well, on my end, at least, it's not been much of a difference. Still busy work in real life, though it's not exactly a job work kind of deal. I've been pretty much kicked out of my old job. I'm pretty much just running around helping. How shall we say this? Currently an in-betweener, to be honest. Very least, things have been a bit easier. I got longer sleep. Actually a bit more relaxing, instead of having to worry about the traffic, which has been extremely annoying the past few days, or past few months, I think. I guess that should be enough. First one is done. That's drawing. I should copy this since this is going to be used for another one. I got 2 drawing streams up, I mean. Nice. Yeah, they look the same now, but once the main line art goes into play, they'll have a bit of a difference. Okay, let me just check my archives again. Let's see. Haha, nobody would know. Yeah, understandable. And, okay, there's only been 2 drawing streams so far, so that doesn't really have too big a problem. Next, there are a couple of video game streams, so I'll go with that. I suppose. Gonna be another set of giant balls of takoyaki. Oh, that's awful. That looks awful. You gotta do it in one turn, one line. Too big. Sticky on the hands. I haven't actually considered getting one of those drawing gloves that some professional artists use. Partly because they're a bit more pricey than I thought they were, but mostly it's because I don't feel right using something that doesn't really fit an amateur drawer. Feels like I'm just trying to roleplay as a pro artist when I'm just 5th rate. Okay, that should be enough. Gonna be a bit of video game lean here, probably. Reliable? Remember, we shouldn't be leaning too much when playing video games, lest you suffer from back consequences later on. Don't forget to stretch as well. I heard somebody earlier in a different place, a different time, who suggests that if you've been the type that works in an office for long hours, you might want to break the straight 8-hour sitting thing by taking a time between work hours to lie down on your belly and try to stretch out your neck and upper back so that they don't suffer from, how do you call it, humpback syndrome later on. Kind of relaxing, to be honest, but sometimes I think I've done that a bit on my own sometimes, but in some cases, I mean, I overstretch, and instead of getting a relaxing refresher for my back, I overextend it and then I go to sleep with a bit of a stiff neck. But yeah, if you're gonna do something like that, you gotta remember your limits. Don't be like me. must be really annoying to watch somebody try and do this slowly and methodically, but with the application of a 5-year-old. Getting too big again doesn't have to be that big. This one's going to be in a bit of a sitting position, maybe. I can also do it just a standing one, just like the previous sketches. Let's see. Let's just see it in action first. So something should be fine. Oh dear! I look outside and the weather is suddenly taking a turn for the worst. A bit cloudy and apparently the rain's coming. Welcome change at least. It's been really, really scorching the past week. I think I kind of slept half naked last night just because it's so hot. Although it's a bit... how shall we say this? I keep hearing that some people get scolded these days when they try to sleep without a shirt on top, or any kind of top, to be honest. Because apparently if you try to sleep like that, water forms in your lungs. I don't know if that's just a wives' tale or something. I keep hearing it lately. Would be interesting to know where it came from, to be honest. Okay, now where were we? Start from here, we might get something. Too small. Excuse me. I'll get the arm sausage out first. Get the other arm sausage. It's a bit short. Super short. Let's just start it here then. I gotta get a bigger set of hands. Then let's get the forearm sausage out. Low. That's too low? I think that's too low. No, it's just the right height. Just gotta find the right angle for the forearms, I suppose. I suppose that works. Probably a bit too long. Now, fix it in post. Make do with this. Now to remember how a controller works. Or looks, actually. Yes, that should do it. Oh, so that's where it was. Okay. Probably work here. Different settings. Yeah, that should be good for a reference point. I'll just clean that up later. Actually, apply the line art. Or maybe I should. No, no, no. There. No, no, no. It's too thick. Then. I sure hope people still remember what a Famicom controller looks like. You know, the older chocolate bar shaped controller, which back in the day was permanently connected to console. I remember seeing that for the first time, wondering why that was the case, because before I saw Famicom, the home consoles I saw were mostly fakes, and they had detachable controllers. This is mostly a case of the originals not being easily accessible to the local populace surrounding back in the day. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Yeah, so since it was mostly bootleg country, I was really unfamiliar with the Famicom's integrated controller. So I hear that's mostly for the older generations of the Famicom. Later production models allowed the controller to be detachable and replaceable. Speaking of, it's probably one of the funnier things of bootlegs that they make integrated game chips into their system so that they can outsell the original Famicom, because everybody knows it doesn't actually come with its own games. So that's mostly a case of the hardware being older than most bootlegs offered. What's even funnier is that up until at least the 2000, like mid 2000s, probably even late 2000s, bootleg Famicom consoles were still pretty much popular here, though no longer in the legitimate game centers or something like that. But they expanded their repertoire by not only being bootleg Famicom consoles, they also have integrated radios and DVD players, which is kind of interesting and, piracy aside, pretty interesting. Although it is expected from such shoddy hardware, they were pretty vulnerable and pretty easy to break. Way before that, other popular types of bootlegs here were mostly supposedly educational software systems like keyboards and also toy laptops. To give you an idea, you still remember VTech? Yeah, something like that. You know, the like, I think they were branded as my first laptop or that kind of thing. And most of the bootleg makers usually hid their products behind the so-called educational controller system. But when you like connect them directly to a TV, and access the so-called educational programs, the first thing you see are a bunch of 10-in-1 video game sets. And they usually have either Super Mario or Donkey Kong. That was a really funny time. There were also some of those so-called educational consoles, but the main games they had were sports games like the Olympics or individual events like 200-meter sprint or something. They were pretty popular back in the day. Interesting to watch, to be honest. Hang on, I forgot Korean cat. Okay. So there you go. Oh yeah, I forgot. They have a copy or authentic Famicom controllers for Switch. There's also the Super Famicom one. So I don't really own my own home console, to be honest. Couldn't really justify it back in the day. Nowadays, I'm really too focused on using personal computers to get a console, a home console, and a handheld console. And considering how things in the market are going out right now, what would be news about the Switch, cannot really justify trying to get another video game hardware system, and it's getting really, really pricey. And most of the games aren't exactly easy to access, so. Okay, now to get back to Scratch. Get that right? Excuse me. Dang, my beer belly is actually appearing through this. Well, this is a SD model, so that should be enough for now. Touch angling. No, it's a little too much angling. Maybe I should really just make it a seating arrangement. What? Doesn't work as I did, as I thought. There's too much of a noise gate there. That should be better, I suppose. Not working right. Something is on. My lovely, lovely thigh humps. Can work with this. I'll fix this in post. I promise. You just wait. See me work my magic. Okay, that's a bit too low, actually. Bit of a minimal gap here. Yeah, that should do it for now. I'll fix the cables later. Hang on, I'm gonna fix the cables. Those my ear belly. Being launches a bit. Should be enough. Look at the poor posture of this poor bastard. Okay, let me check my archives again. Oh! Okay, that's a bit more than I thought I would. Now let's go with the reference for our little boy here, the Destroy Tomahawk. I wish I had the blue mod, but the vanilla brown from the original anime should work. So you gotta get the head again. And it's too small. Again. So big. Excessively big. Yeah. Nope. This is a bit of a tackle. Different angle compared to the other. And that should do from there. And draw the neck. Does it look like a bit smug here, or is it just me? It's probably just me. Now, the point of this one is that it's going to be riding behind an SD version of a Destroyed Tomahawk, so we gotta have a good balance between person, which is my avatar, and the unit. The question is how undetailed the Tomahawk will have to be. I can fit it in. Probably gonna be just the upper torso within the arms. So. Okay, my angles are off. Should be that should be a good butt for the torso. Wrong angle. We're gonna cover up this part of the torso anyway because the point of view is from below, looking up towards the head. I'm just going to use this as a reference point first, since I need the arms as well. Right, since we're looking right, sausage. That's a little too long, isn't it? Yeah, let's just do this like this. Nah, the angle's off. Just at a bit lower. I was planning on using the right hand as a pointer, but not a lot of space to work with here, so let's just do this way. Works just as well, actually. Now we'll just have to fix that later when we actually do the mainline art. Over here, it's going to be the head first for the Tomahawk head. I think. Crap. This is a bit of a hard draw since I'm really not I'm not well versed with Macross units. I'm more of a Gundam guy after all. Have to make do. Like, there's not exactly a lot of detail to work with here. It's an SD and all. How do we go about with this? Hang on, let me just look at the other destroyed tomahawk images. Something that's from... Oh, there's a version of Destroyed Tomahawk that replaces the cannon arm hands from Destroyed Apache. Was that Destroyed Apache? Let's see. And, oh no, it was a Spartan, right. No, that's not what I need right now. I need somebody that looks like a tomahawk from below. Too many custom builds. I see, that could work. And well then. Pretty good markings. I'm gonna put the head here. Head visor should be... Get some angle here. Put the head-mounted machine gun. Okay. Should be bigger, I believe. So... Running and all. Visor should be somewhere around this ratio. Yeah, range. Around that range should be enough. Yes. But honestly, if I wasn't the... if I was actually... How shall we say this? Not too concerned about the POV, I would probably do it at this angle. You know, I do think that at some point the Tomahawk's head visor kind of looks like a... How shall we say this? The visor, this angle kind of... No, not this one. I was thinking of something else. The visor kind of looks like the helmets on the powered armor in the anime version of Starship Troopers. I don't remember which album came first, so I don't know if they have a correlation as far as designs go. Also, that anime version really took a interesting point of reference for its designs, because they also went directly for the powered armor that was referenced in the original novel compared to the other takes where the mobile infantry were mostly just using protected armor. Gotta be some sort of extra camera here, and the visor, and the lower mark. the covering for the box launchers. The overreact. What do you call it? The over technology reactor engines, I believe, are placed around here. Box for the top cover for the shoulder-mounted launchers would be here, right? Then I'd actually be here instead. The back of it. Pointing about that way. Something like that. Well, I got this on the angle, so I guess I'll have to switch around some things. Mice are somewhere around this part. And then you know what really interests me is that the destroids really have their cockpits in the head unit most of the time. Fair sight for the tech of the original Macross anime, considering where most of the variable fighter pilots were. And yet they still suffer from high casualty rates, mostly because they get thrown against anti-ship weapons anyways. So there's no chance of escaping or getting out before their units suffer catastrophic destruction. Shouldn't be too focused on this now. This is just a representation of how the things would look like, since we're gonna have to focus on cleaning that up when the line art comes in. Glass visor. You know what, it might be easier to just clean this part out here so that I don't get confused later. Yeah. Then the chest area would be around here. Oh, I'm gonna have to make the Tomahawk larger by the looks of it. So, all else fails. Grab your trusty lasso and expand. That should do it. And the upper torso is a bit angled around here. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that for just 2 streams though. No matter. Upper glass, there's enough glasses here. This is actually. Yeah, it should be a good enough angle for something like this. There's a bit of a rounded area here in the abdominal area. Yep, should do. Then oh, hang on. Yeah, I should've... No, no, no. Can I? Yeah, I think I can. Can I have to remove this guy for a bit? I think we got a good idea where the tomahawk is gonna be in relative to the avatar. So I'm going to use the trusty lasso again. Grab this guy. Shoo. Oh. Por it. Shh. Yeah. And move you a bit there. Oh. And we probably should put the antenna up. Forgot about that. Bit of the antenna should be voice here, maybe. And the overbox, I mean the cover for the shoulder-mounted box launchers. Somewhere in this range. Yeah. Probably put something rounded here to represent the over technology backpack. Oh, I totally forgot about the flashlight and the multi-missile launcher. Something here. It's going to be a bit of an intake because the head unit kind of like gets enveloped by that giant shell in its back. Hang on. You gotta angle that. Kind of big, but just enough since we're exaggerating the proportions for this guy. And the warning arrow. Hang on. Yeah, that should do it for now. I'll fix that in post. Probably just a bit of a hint of the multi-cannons below it, which includes a flamethrower and an auto cannon and a beam cannon, apparently. Something is so small. Actually, that's a bit too small. Let's just put the main big gun there then. Yes, that's coming to... Angle box launcher a bit. Barrels should be like this for now. And just put something like a big round thing here with a connector. Okay, that looks like early Spartan armor now. Not really. That's going there, I believe. And should be flatter than here in the back, or probably just a bit more bulge. And here we go again with the angle differences. Eesh. Gotta move this guy because he got a little too big. Probably have to make it a little bit smaller. Just a bit. A tad bit. And that should be it. And this. Square the box here. A bit more length. Yes, 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 something like that. And should be good enough. Hang on. That's the lower glacis right there. The arrow. It looks like a monkey with a police hat now. Oh well. That was my intention from the start. SD and all. This is not becoming SD at all. No! Oh wait, there is. But it's... Ew, Robotech. Blech. Blech, Robotech. Blech. Blech, Robotech. It looks like an Arbiter in the Robotech SD. Blech, Robo. Alright, well, let's just stick to this big guy over here then. I do have to wonder how the UN space technicians handled this multi-barrel weapon set here for the destroyed Tomahawk, since all the weapons are clumped up together like this. You have to remember, the central part, I believe, is a high output beam cannon. One of them is a medium output cannon on the same rate as the head pod cannons in most variable fighters. There's an auto cannon, like a high caliber machine gun that fires anti-tank shells, and then there's a flamethrower. That must be a serious maintenance nightmare in the hangar. That's done. We're gonna put the gonna back. Now we're gonna put the flashlight. Is that the right angle? No. Wait, right. What? No. Ah! Too small. Tell her a bit more. Yeah, that should be enough. And put the arm somewhere around here. Yeah, that should be a good enough setup for the flashlight. Oh yeah, hang on. Some people. And now we go for the anti-missile launcher on the shoulder, which is small, so taller. This is a bit relaxing. Kind of miss drawing mecha, to be honest. Haven't done most mecha stuff since I was in college. So I've been trying to do human anatomy after that. And utterly failing, I might add. Clamps here to support the missiles when it's firing. I mean, when the launcher is firing. Yeah, sorry about that. You might be hearing some noise in the background. That's mostly my fan. So now I have it pointed at me because of the absolutely horrendous heat wave going. Okay, fortunate that at least we're in a bit of a higher altitude. I hear people in the lowlands are getting burned just stepping outside their houses without heat, without in the basic sunshade or something. Oh, why? Gap here. This is like the stop break for the engines, rocket engines on the missiles. Oh, that's not how. Oh wait. Yeah, no, I can work. I can work with this. This one is here. For the individual cells, I believe. Got a lot of fixing to do after this. And the other cells. Clean this up here so that the right cells stand out properly, actually. A lot of fixing for this when the line art actually comes into play. Here. The arm joints. Look at how freaking imposing this guy is. And compare it to the performance of the actual Destroy Tomahawks in the anime. Joint link should be here, I believe. Arms. Springs. Oh, angle's off. Angle in here. Bit of a rounding here. Top of the joint link. Yeah. Something like that. Probably have to squish it a bit. Just a tiny bit. That should do it. And this guy here. It kind of looks like he's just riding a toy Destroy Tomahawk, that's right. guess my intentions still linked up in the end. Where do I put the left hand? Guess here. This should be in. Now we got a problem because I'm actually running low on time and I won't be able to apply any fine art today. But we still have two types of streams to go for archives. Double check. Two or three? Yeah, I think I should just go for one more. Then I'll just attack that for probably tomorrow if I get time to be earlier. Remember, do it in one line so that'll be easier later. It's too big. This should be enough, I guess. I want to be something like rough estimates for where the headphones would be, so then hang on. Alright, they didn't have I guess, yes. They had throat mics, oh well. Yeah, we'll make do with this. Probably just make a copy of this later, but now... No, it should be from the left. This is probably just gonna be for the Motorsport Manager stream. And get the potato up. Should be enough for potato. Then let's get the groin area. Just gonna be standing around, so. I have to fix that in post, I'm afraid. Where's my windows? Ah! Something like this. Guys, let that squiggle that. Stupid. Yay! The opposite set of sausages. Yeah, that should be enough for this guy, which means we might have enough space for the last type of drone. Heck. Just one more and probably have to call it since I have other stuff to do apparently. No. Something like this. No, that's too small. No, this angle isn't good. I'm gonna have to... How do I work this? Oh wait. Where's it going open? Ah no, my references aren't tagged. That sucks. Why are they not here? Give me one moment, I'm looking for a different reference. Ah, there it is. Guess that could work. You like this then? Heck. No, that's too big. You know, I'm really not that good with the SD style of drawing. Which is why this might be frustrating for some people to watch. You know? I guess this is a good time to learn as any. Legs aren't gonna be like that. It's not doing the splits. Sausages should look. Other one is later. This one. This one. Wait a minute. Shield. The arm sausage should. It's to be. Said arm sausages. Toy sword, really. But the guard. That should be enough. And for now, I guess we are done. Well, technically not done. These are just the first steps for thumbnail stickers or something. But as much as I'd like to continue, actually putting low on time, this is what happens when you start really, really late. Anyway, thank you for joining me, despite, again, late start and late run. If you've got any complaints or suggestions you'd like to have about the streams I do on Twitch, you can always drop me a line on Twitter or Mixer. If you want to see the archived videos that these thumbnails are supposed to be used on, you can always my archive mirror link in the about page in my profile. If you think you've got friends or people who might be interested in the stuff I stream, which are mostly related video games, stupid stuff about messing up your lap times and pit stops in Motorsport Manager, you can probably recommend my channel to them. It's twitch.tv/lurkatwork. I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, thank you once again for being here with me. Now, Lurk at Work is going to be RTB. I really hope I can still draw again tomorrow, but if I'm out of motivation, I might just do another video game stream. Who knows? Things could be surprising in a matter of 15 or 16 hours to be honest. Okay. I'll see y'all when I'll see y'all. Good night, everybody.